Well, hello again, it's Trudy here from HotPatterns, and this time I'm coming to you not really with a tutorial, more of a kind of show and tell. This is for our new pattern, one of our new patterns. This is the plain and simple woven tee and dress, and it's one of those patterns, because it's in the plain and simple range, that we kind of hope you'll get a lot of mileage out of, a lot of use out of. And I thought, in order to kind of spark some ideas for you, I'd show you a few of these pieces that I've made. And I'll show you them, well, you'll see, for a number of reasons. But I also wanted to show you them so I could quickly chat through with you why we've done it, why it's so versatile and useful, and also I want to show you our sneaky little detail on how we use a detachable trim. You can see I'm trimmed up here, I've got my shimmy shimmy fringe. And you may find that you want to add a trim that isn't washable, so I will come to that later and I will show you exactly how we did the trim and talk you through it, because honestly when you see it it's like, oh, so simple to do. So before we do that, let's quickly discuss why we've done this and why it's such an important piece for you. Now, a woven t-shirt is, well, you can see it's just a t-shirt shape. The key with this one, of course, is because it's woven, it's not designed to be done in a stretch fabric, although you could if you wanted to. But because it's a woven, you need to have some bust shaping. So we have got French darts here to give you a shaping over the bust. This is kind of key. But even though we wanted it to be kind of semi-fitted, certainly around the bust, and we wanted it to be nice and loose here, we didn't want it to be baggy and sloppy. So if you have a look closely at this, and you'll see me put my arms out here, you can see the sleeves are not baggy. This underarm area here is quite trim, and that's why it works. And we decided to do this, or rather I kind of insisted on doing this, because I've seen woven t-shirts in ready-to-wear, high-end, mid-end, for the last kind of 18 months, maybe even 2 years. And I kept thinking, you know, we really would need to do one of those. And I talked myself into it, and I talked myself out of it about a dozen times. Until finally I just said, no, this is ridiculous. This is something that we need to have. And so we did the pattern, and it's gorgeous. So it comes in two lengths. You've got the top length, and you've got the dress length. And you've got two different choices of neckline, a boat neck or a V-neck, and you have, of course, two different choices of sleeve. This is the just below the elbow sleeve, you can see that. It's a little more kind of modern than the classic 3/4 length sleeve, so it's a very, very flattering length. Or you've got the classic kind of short sleeve t-shirt length. You choose. It's really all down to what you would like to have. So let me show you the couple of variations and tell you why we've done them, how we've done them, and then we will move on to discussing how to do our detachable trim. So here is version number 1 of our beautiful woven dress. As you can see, I've got the boat neck here, I've got the 3/4 sleeves, or the just below the elbow sleeves, basically this detail here. But this one I've done in a chambray, and I've done it in chambray because it's a really good kind of everyday fabric. It's the kind of throw on and go dress that you really, really want to have in your closet. This one has the pockets and the side seams. I would recommend to you, if you are if you're like me and you're blessed, shall we say, with a fuller tummy area, you might want to forego the pockets. I've actually stitched these clothes because on me, on my physique, they're a little kind of gapey. And there's nothing you can do about that. If you've got a fuller bottom half, maybe you're quite generous in the hips, or you're generous in the tummy, maybe the side seam pockets aren't the way to go, but they look good, so who knows. So yes, done this in chambray, a little bit of contrast stitching, so it's slightly sporty looking, but it dresses up with a necklace. It'll dress wintry with tights, boots and a cardigan on top. It'll dress summery with kind of flat gladiators or something and a nice, you know, metallic bag. Perfect. Chambray is really a very, very good fabric for this, and it will give you a very kind of crisp, almost tailored look for it, but still very comfy because, you know, it's got that groovy kind of t-shirt shape. So that is version number 1 that I've done. Rather lovely. I think you can say, oh, while I'm at it, I need to explain to you why this stand is on a pink box. This is one of those Singer expandable stands. They are terrible. Do not buy one because the legs on the stand always collapse. Doesn't matter what you do, they'll always collapse. So I use this for I use it like as a 3D hanger. So if you're looking for a dressmaker stand, not one of these. Don't do it. Okay, so moving on then, we'll have something lovely. This is obviously the V-neck version with a short sleeve, and I've done this in a really beautiful rayon crepe fabric, and the supplier of the rayon crepe fabric is StevieSaintFabrics from Etsy. I'll put the details in the box underneath. She has some gorgeous, gorgeous fabrics. Rayon crepe, my favourite, it's beautiful. So it's very kind of fluid, you can see that. And this is really your summer kind of t-shirt dress. But it's your summer t-shirt dress because it's woven. You can wear it in a more, or let's say a less casual scenario. For instance, this under a semi-fitted jacket will take you to the office no problem. Under a denim jacket, for sure for the weekends, just on its own, it's perfect. So I really recommend if you want to have that very kind of soft, fluid look, rayon crepe is good, and the V-neck and short sleeve one, gorgeous. So those are our two dress versions that I've done for you. And now I'm going to quickly talk to you about the top version that I'm wearing. It's rather lovely. Now, if you watched any of our other videos, especially the Sakura bomber jacket, you may recall seeing this fabric as one of the samples I made. And I had an offcut of this left. I had done bits. And I kept it because it's a vintage rayon voile. I can't get any more of it, and I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful. And I kind of came across the sewer's dilemma. We've all done this, and don't judge because you've done it too, where you kind of think, oh, I'm going to keep that for the perfect piece. As I'm going through my stash, I'm thinking, oh, what should I cut this? What should I make in this? I'm pulling out this and I'm thinking, no, wait till I get the perfect, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is the perfect piece, please. So I laid it out, and I had literally just enough. I mean, squeaky squeaky. I had just enough, but that was okay because it looks fab. I think you can all agree. So this is a voile, which means that I'm wearing a cami underneath it because we don't need to go that far. And I'm wearing it with some white linen Marrakesh pants because that looks really good with these. Anything wider is going to be better with these, with this top. And I'm also wearing it with flats, and there's a reason. I'm wearing it with my beloved white Birkenstocks because it's very easy to make people look gorgeous when you stick them in some Spanx and you slap some heels on and you kind of do this. It's easy to make people look good then. The key is if you can make people look good while they're just wearing like normal clothes and flats and kind of, you know, grooving around and being very comfortable. So I wanted to show you this with me in flats and just a simple pant so you can see it's a very, very wearable piece. Bear in mind, I'm a plus size person. I do not have a proportional physique. Even if you're not plus size, if you do have a proportional physique, it's going to look even better on you. So it's a win-win-win. So now we've quickly gone through the details of the pieces, I'm going to talk to you about the detachable hem. So now we come to the part of our unscheduled program where I show you all about the detachable hem trim. Now the reason we've done it this way, so it's detachable, is this. I am ever so slightly kind of obsessed with laundering clothes. I think you have to be able to kind of wash them and dry them on a daily basis because then you can, you know, you can wear them a lot. Dry clean only is all well and good, although I'm not a fan of dry cleaning. But if you have a top like this, you'll want to wear it a lot and you'll want to wash it a lot. But you can't realistically be washing things with trims like this. Trims like this don't really like being slung in the washing machine and in the dryer. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a method of a detachable trim so that we can put on any trim we want. Beaded ones, sequined ones, fringy ones, lacy ones, whatever we want, and we can remove it when it comes time to washing it. So this is what we've done, and what I'm going to do is when I've removed this one, I'm going to take the camera right, I'm going to lay this top out for you, and I'm going to show you the nuts and bolts of it, how the tape lays and how it all works. But I'm hoping you'll be very impressed because I'm really impressed with it. So here's what we do. We've got our trim on the bottom here and it's attached to a popper tape or a snap tape underneath. So now all we have to do to remove it is just unsnap it, and it's going to sound awful, I know, and you'll see in the instructions that I say quite clearly, do not apply this snap tape by hand. Don't do it because it's not going to stand up to this. It really isn't. It's going to just complain and it's going to fall apart. So machine only, and we unpop it. And if you've got any sense, which I don't often have, but sometimes you'll remove your footwear with buckles on it because it'll catch. So we can take that off, and we've got that. That's our trim. So now we've got our top that can still be worn without the trim perfectly well, looks good still. And now I'm going to take the camera in really tight and show you this. I'm actually lay it properly on the floor so you can see it really well and talk you through the whole nuts and bolts of why you should put this trim on and how it works. Now, I'm not really sure what you can see on here, so let's have a look. Behind here on the hem is some snap tape, and you apply the snap tape before you hem your garment. That's kind of really key. You put it right towards the edge of the hem, and that means that it's all kind of tucked away, and then when you hem it up again, you've only got one line of stitching on your hem here like this. So once you've done that, here is what you do. You put on the rest of your snap tape to match up to here, and then I've actually added it to a piece of this fabric. I'm not sure if you can see that, piece of this matching fabric, just because it's a bit tricky to be attaching the snap tape to the trim with a zigzag, which is what it wants to be done with. So I've attached it onto a strip of fabric, and then I've attached the trim, and now we've got basically a hula hoop of trim that will pop onto this. So not only is it removable for laundering, but this also means that you can have another trim. Want to see what I mean? Of course you do. Now, you probably can't see this too well on camera, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to model it for you in a moment. This is a lacy trim. It's completely different to the other one. It's a little bit fringy, yes, but it is actually lacy as opposed to fringy. So you can just popper it on, same way. Oh, and my little handy hint for you is, you have the start and finish of it on the left-hand side, which is where your normal, if you're wearing a side zip garment, that's where the zipper would be. So we're going to have this, we're going to popper this on, I'm going to put it on, you'll see the difference. So that's our different trim. See how easy it was? You snap it off, you snap it back on again, and so you've got two trims. Of course, this now means that I've got an extra strip of the female side of the snap tape to go on another garment, which means I get two garments I can swap and change the trimmings from if I choose to do so. And you know I'm going to choose to do so, of course I am. So this is a different look. It's a little bit of a fringy lace, very pretty. Depends on the look you're going for. And all I wanted to say to you about the detachable trim option is this. It's really easy to do. Follow the instructions in the pattern. It will tell you female side goes on the hem allowance, male side goes on the trim, and kind of choose the trim that you really like. You don't have to worry about it being washed or dried or anything, because you're going to remove it when it goes in the laundry. So that's a really easy thing to do. You can do it on the top, you can do it on the dress too. Look fantastic with some fringing against the linen dress. It's going to look so good. So that's it really. I've had a quick chit chat with you, showing you my beautiful pieces. I'm very pleased with them. This is the pattern that we're doing. This is the plain and simple woven tee and dress. You need to brush up and make about a gazillion of them, obviously. And thank you very much for watching.